Good to go. Awesome. All right, guys. So I have Levi here.
Yes.
Levi Rigters.
Richters. In Dutch.
In Dutch, yeah. He is a Glory fighter. You were N-Fusion
two-time world champion.
World champion. You've been kickboxing for how long now?
10 years.
10 years. Yeah, fucking 10 years. Yeah. That's a long time. Just got into Glory, and so it was a really cool, interesting way of events of how things kind of happened. I have one of the MMA guys, Tyrone, was coaching my wife, and then I was like, oh, this is kind of what we do. He started showing up. He goes, hey, I'm going to bring you people. Levi showed up. The first day he showed up, you guys can probably tell by his leg length, extremely tall dude, big guy. And we just kind of started talking, and he said, well, I have a fight coming up. I'm going to be going to Glory. I talked to your coach, Jamal, a little bit, and we kind of made a plan, right, to just train and see what we can get you to do, because at the time you came, the fight was like 4 weeks away.
4 weeks away, yeah.
Bit of a short notice.
Yeah, but it got postponed a couple of times.
Yeah, so it got postponed, but we just finished the fight, so it's awesome. So now we can put more videos out there of you training and show people what you were doing throughout the training sessions. And you know, I approach every fighter, and I think I approach every athlete differently. So Levi comes with me twice a week. One time it's a one-on-one, and the second time we train with a bunch of fighters together, and I kind of approach it differently. And for you, I think fighters are awesome. Like, you guys just push through, and I love it because I can just kick the shit out of you guys. Not literally, because then they can kick the shit out of me really quickly. I'm sure they've thought it a few times. But basically what I wanted to do with Levi is fix, not necessarily imbalances, but just the things that you feel are tight, maybe slightly weaker. I like to find the gaps in the game. And so that's all I did for you, structurally speaking, for the first 4 weeks and then moving forward. And I think how I got, Jamal's trust is that I don't want to take over your training. I don't want you to stop fighting. I don't want you to, do less sparring. And I know that I need to stress you, because otherwise you won't grow as an athlete. And so this first fight for me was really, more than anything, not even getting into the mental game. I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of mental game training that happened here, but it was a lot of just the fixing small little imbalances that are happening as 10 years of fighting. You create certain movement patterns, and I just want you to punch and kick as hard as you fucking can.
As hard as possible.
So if you don't mind going through kind of what your experience was going through the sled sessions for the first time, and kind of what happened mentally.
Yeah, the first couple of times I just died. Just went all in.
Understatement.
Yeah, but for me the mental part was the biggest difference than before, and helped me the most, because I just went all in, went deep. So I got used to it. So when I do kickboxing, when I was in the ring, I wasn't scared of getting tired anymore.
Right.
Because before I never went this hard.
Right.
So it was new for me.
Yeah.
And that helped me a lot.
I like it. Yeah. So working with athletes like Levi, it's awesome, because you see how good they are at what they do, and that transfers over to everything. And so one of the biggest things that I see working with Levi is you find the game very quickly. And I don't let you have a game.
No. Then you change it. Yeah,
I change it right away. And so you can see when, like, I can tell when you start to zone out, where you can just keep doing the exercise but not be there. And that's when I'll bring in a different component, a different random variable that you're not ready for, which happens in a fight, right?
It's the same,
I mean, whether it goes for the well, which I think in this last fight, it went for the well, especially considering the second fight that you were watching in the back end. So can you talk us through through the first fight? Because the first fight was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome, but for me it was not that good, because the first round I always have to get a little bit into the fight.
Yeah.
So I told you before, because the breathing was not that good, I had to get used to the nasal breathing.
The nasal breathing. Yeah.
So that was a difference for me. But it was finished in the second round, and I got a bit tired.
So it was finished by knockdown, right?
Knockdown in the second round, yeah.
Perfect.
But after the first round, I felt the difference in breathing, but I wasn't scared of getting tired because of all the mental training we did here. So I could finish him in the second round. So that was good. And then the second fight was even shorter. Yeah. It was finished in the first round.
Like the first 30
seconds. Yeah.
Let me just tell you, you see that kick and you're like, why is the dude down on the ground? And they do slow motion and you see how deep his like ball of the foot just goes into the
In the liver, yeah, it's the liver.
Oof.
It was the liver.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It was a good kick.
Intense. And so mentally, how does it feel when you're in the fight? And I'm sure you've had some fights that have gone, I wouldn't say wrong, but
it was just harder.
It definitely gets hard.
Yeah.
So the mental side, which is what we're going to start to work on now, is basically building up thickness. But again, it's the ability to understand that, listen, you don't always know. And if you go into that tournament style, like...
You never know what's going to happen.
So he did tournament style. So you won the first fight. It's 2-fight tournament style. Yeah. And then there's 2 other dudes that fight. And then you go after whoever wins.
Yeah.
And so me watching the 2 other fighters trying to compete to go see who's going to fight Levi, you started watching them. And I mean, they were going hard. Yeah. Very hard. Like if you would have had that hard of a fight, it would have been, like, I don't want, like...
Way different. Yeah, it was a bit of luck for me. They went all in. So the second guy came in all tired, a little bruised up.
And something I found out within the K1 and Glory fighting, when you do this tournament style and there's a draw after the 3 rounds, you guys do a 4th round.
Yeah, the extra round, you have to have a winner.
So now that gave me a lot of ideas for what
yeah.
Levi's going to be going
for more
through.
extra rounds during training, 4th rounds.
And so what's been like the biggest change that you've noticed mentally? I mean, outside of you don't feel tired, you're not afraid of getting tired in the ring.
Yeah.
And I think that one of the biggest things, I had my rock climbing accident, so I had to understand that, listen, shit goes south, you have 2 options. You can quit or
keep going.
You can go home.
Yeah.
And I know that we had, especially coming up to the fight, maybe I think it was like a month before or so, there were times where I was like, go the fuck home, because you've lost. Like you're no longer here, right? So I think I play a lot of those mental games of how much do you really want to be here? Yeah. And we played a lot with, how do we come back from that? Because again, once you're in the ring, it's you. No matter your brother,
nobody
Jamal,
else.
Your coaches yelling at you.
It's only me.
It's that zone, right? And so you being in that zone, do you get into like a tunnel vision, or can you still hear your brother and Jamal yelling out cues? How does that work for you mentally?
Well, in the ring, it's you and your opponent. Yeah. But after a couple of years I'm fighting, you get used to keep listening to your trainer. Yeah. So I keep hearing my trainer, my brother, but not the audience. Okay. So it's just focus on your opponent and my cornerman.
I like it.
Yeah.
And now this was a totally different experience because there was no
audience.
So super quiet.
Yeah, super quiet. But I didn't feel any difference because once you're in the ring, and it's you and your opponent. Doesn't matter if there are thousands of people or just your cornerman. Right. For me, it's no difference.
I like it, dude. So what's next for you, man?
Train hard.
Train harder.
Waiting for the next fight. Thinking
keep going up and
3
up
months.
Through Glory.
I want to get bigger, and they place me now in the 4th ranking.
Okay.
Number 4.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. So now it's time to get to the big boys.
Get bigger and get thicker. So we won't give away too many secrets.
No.
We're gonna keep that shit to ourselves, guys. But keep looking out. Yes. Where can people find you on Instagram?
Instagram, just my name, Levi Rigters.
Levi Rigters. We'll write that down.
Yeah, man.
Click here. Right here. I always like to fuck with him because now he has to.
Where to put the Instagram.
Awesome, dude. So we'll keep watching us, guys. We'll keep posting stuff on Instagram and kind of show you snippets of how Levi's progressing. And I think we're gonna get you fucking thick. And I have some really cool ideas.
Yeah, man.
How to get to mentally strong.
Let's get it.
Cool. Solid, guys.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, did you feel a difference between previous fights and this one? Because did you feel the training? Like, did you mentally calmer, the breathing is better, you recover better, or?
For me, the biggest difference, what I just said, was the mental part.
The mental part.
Yeah, I was not used to getting all in and just die during training. So I was, and before in the fights, I was a bit scared of getting tired. Now I know I can get tired and keep going forward. Yeah, that was the biggest difference. And I think there's a lot more to get into the mental parts.
Yeah.
So it's only getting better now.
Set the fucking pace.
Set the fucking pace.
I say it every time. Set the fucking pace.
It.